Davey, thoughts after that, please?
Thoughts. I need to watch what I'm going to say. Thought the officiating was... That's probably one of the worst games that we've had the displeasure of being involved in. I thought the officiating was really bad tonight. For a variety of different reasons. So, don't think that helped the flow of the game at times, the officiating. I think we're a wee bit unlucky not to take something from the game. I think the boys can feel a wee bit hard done by. Created probably the best chances to win the game in terms of clear-cut chances, and then we get the OG Max a wee bit unlucky. They scored the OG, and then at that point he kind of just sit in, don't they? We force him into a low block and it becomes really difficult. We still created a couple of chances within that, but
I think Robbie Muirhead's one was probably the big one at the start of the first half, wasn't it? It might have just opened the game up.
Oh right, aye, sorry, in the first half. But you got Stephen Kelly's one that's hit the bar. You've had a couple of half chances in and around the 18. I thought we were forcing it a wee bit tonight. So forcing the ball, we need to make an extra pass. Played a lot of central passes. I spoke to the players about that. I kept saying to them at half time, stop doing that. They're a back three at that point. Stop forcing the ball in the middle, the spaces down the sides. I thought wee Smithy was fantastic. Maybe lacked a wee bit. Second half on the left hand side, I thought we could have been a wee bit more. We were a wee bit passive on the ball. But all in all, I think I'm pretty proud of the players in all honesty. For not just that performance, for where we are and where we find ourselves over the season. I think it's been up to this point. We've finished second in the league. We've won a cup. We're in the playoffs. It could be an unbelievable season, but if it's not, I think it's still been a semi-successful season. I think it's been a good season. There's been a lot of growth in the team, and I think the United boys are a wee bit unlucky. In all honesty, I think it was a wee bit unlucky.
The thing is, there was no pressure on us tonight really at the start of the game, was there?
Not until we found out Hamilton went 1-0 up.
Yeah.
But I kind of, do you know what? There was a couple of scenarios played out in my head, and I was fairly relaxed coming into this game. One of the worst scenarios that I didn't want to happen was Falkirk lost and we lost. And that was the one that I would probably had sleepless nights over. So this scenario we find, it's no ideal. We want to win every game of football we can. But Falkirk kind of knew, I felt they were going to go and win that game tonight. So I think if Hamilton as a group, the players will be devastated. There'll be relegation clauses, there'll be various parts within contracts, and I think it's really difficult for that group of Hamilton players to really go into that game motivated. I thought that probably played a part in helping Falkirk as well. So I didn't expect Falkirk to lose the game tonight, and I think I've got to be man enough and congratulate Falkirk and win the league. So we've took it to the last game of the season. We've not done the business. They've won more games than us. We've lost less games, so ultimately drew more games than them. Take your hat off to them and congratulate them as a club. It's good to see them back in the Premier League, but hopefully we're there beside them come next season.
Absolutely, we've now got a bit of a break before our kind of next game, Tuesday the 13th, so kind of 10 days or so. Wee bit of rest and recovery time for the boys now. And
well, go to play a year dance Sunday, isn't it? I forget what day it is. Sunday, so we've got that, so I'm looking forward to the boys all getting together and going. Then we're off for a couple of days. We took Robbie and Boobsy and Jamie off when we found out it was 3-1 to Hamilton, Falkirk, sorry. So just got them off to manage them to get them into the playoffs. But a few days off, there's a few niggles and knocks, so it lets us prepare for that. I think Partick, the majority of the team had cramp tonight, and I'd call it game management, but I think there was a lot of boys that were generally but I think there was one point I turned around, there was 5 lying down in the box with cramp. Now there's a wee bit of game management in there, I get that, but I generally think a lot of that was genuine. I do, honestly I do, because we worked them ever so hard, dominated the ball, controlled the game, never scored the goal we needed, but gave him something to hang on to. And I think if them scoring that first goal, or the OG, kind of gives them something to hang on to. 0-0, they need to go out and try and win the game. We were actually speaking about that. What would have happened? Because if we'd scored to make it 1-1.
If we scored, I believe that Wraith would have went through on goals scored.
Goals scored is that the next part. So we were talking about that in the office here. But aye, so it gives them something to hang on to. So Partick would probably be aware of that situation. So if we scored the first goal, there's probably the probability of the game going to open up a wee bit and you can create a wee bit more. But we didn't get in the first goal. Dropped into that low box. Defended our 18-yard box really, really well, to be honest. And we found them difficult to break down because they had something to hold on to.